Hello YouTube, it's Craig with Casworks Woodworking. Well, I had to quickly throw together this shelving unit. It's going to be painted by someone else, so I just had to do the rough basics. It's a pretty easy build. Let's go through it. I'm using 3/4 inch oak plywood for the bulk of this build. I bought the sheets in the 2-foot by 4-foot sections already cut because I didn't have the ability to transport full sheets. I didn't really need to use this type of plywood. It's a better grade. However, the big box store didn't really have much of anything else, so that's what I chose to use. I will trim out the front of it with poplar. As I said, it's going to be painted, so I don't have to worry about the different types of wood. The dimensions are going to be approximately 48 inches wide, 45 inches tall, and about 12 inches deep. I first cut the pieces to a rough width so I could get a nice clean edge, and now I am cutting them to the final width. With the stop lock set on my crosscut sled, I am ready to cut them to final length. I've got 2 side pieces and 4 shelves. I did score both sides at the cutting point with a knife to minimize tear out. I'm using glue and pocket screws for the assembly, so on each board I'm going to mark the location so that everything is uniform. I don't use pocket screws that often, so I was a little rusty. I need to do a better job of dialing in my depth for the drill bit. I did have a couple of screws that just barely pierced through. However, since it's going to be painted, I was easily able to sand those down, and you'll never know. But in the future, I need to do a better job of that. A little sanding on each piece just to knock down any rough spots. Time for assembly. Glue and pocket screws. I'm putting all of the shelves into one of the sides. I did realize after I got this assembled that I forgot to put the pocket screws in the sides to accommodate the trim that I'm going to put on the front to cover the plywood edges. However, I had enough room that I was still able to put it into the Craig jig, and it worked out just fine. I'll be using the red corner brackets and clamps to keep everything square. The shelving unit was a little unwieldy, so I had my wife come in to help me flip it over onto the other side. She was a tremendous help. Glue and screws again, along with some bracing to help keep it in place. I'm using 5/4 poplar, cut down to length. Everything will be trimmed down to 1.5 inches wide, except for the bottom piece. I use the carcass itself to get the right dimensions. Glue, pocket screws, and clamps to keep everything in place. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps to get this video out in front of other people. Have a great week.